Hey gang, welcome back to Jade's Garage. Today's video, I'm going to work on putting the trim on the back glass area on the 68 Mustang known as Jade. If you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to see more, and hit that like button. Thanks. Alright, so I've already done a couple of videos on the front glass and the trim and the back glass installation, and I had somebody ask me a question that I think I need to answer before I go any further. They had asked me specifically that I put the clips in the car before I put the glass in the car. The answer is yes. Now you could probably get the clips in after you put in the gasket, but you're going to be fighting with it. So just know that. It's much easier to put the clips in first, work the gasket in, and you're done. Now, the other thing, when I do these, I'm not doing it, let's say, like they did at the factory. All right? They used a bedding compound, and they probably had it inside the gasket when they put it in the car and then let it kind of seep around. I would like to see a video on how they did that, but I don't know. So what I plan to do is use this 3M auto bedding and glazing compound. I use this on the front glass. Things went very smooth. Basically all I'm going to do is cut the tip off and hold it, pull back on the gasket, feed, with a caulking gun, feed it around the glass, come all the way around, and then feed the perimeter around the gasket. Now, this is my second tube of this. And I say that because the first tube I used for the front glass only made it to like that much left. And I'm pretty confident that's not enough to do the whole job. So I will go through the process of putting everything together. If you want more information and more details in the video and how I'm doing this, go to my Patreon page, sign up, and you can see the videos that are longer and have much more details in them. So take a look at that, but let's get started and get this finished. Okay, so this may not be the most exciting thing to watch on YouTube, but I think it's important to share some information here. Now you can see I'm using my finger to support that nozzle and kind of drag it across. Just keep that in mind when you're doing this. These cartridges are not designed for a side load, so you have to help it stay, in position. I did see another video where somebody had created kind of a stiffener. Let's say they used, I don't know if it was a nail or a piece of metal, and put it in place to help support the nozzle. So as I finished running the top section, I came back and used my finger to press out the compound. I wanted to make sure that it actually filled the gap and came out slightly, just so it would be easier to clean up. Now I used a plastic scraper. In the past I did use a paint stick that I'd cut off, but this little plastic scraper worked great and I was able to scrape out the material. Now I will say this stuff, it can be quite messy. It wouldn't hurt to tape off the painted area of the car, and I ended up using some lacquer thinner to clean up the bulk of the material. Now it took several passes to get this clean. I did use some other materials to clean it, and of course I ended up cleaning it with Windex and just trying to make it all look better. So just take your time with it and know that it can and will be messy. Now, on the exterior part of the gasket, or where it meets the painted area of the car, I ran the bead and I went up and over. You can see the caulking gun kind of jump a little bit as I go up and over the clips that hold the trim on. What I found was there's really no way to get the material around the clip any other way. And after I had done this, I came back and I used a small screwdriver. You can see it in the picture there. And all I did was kind of scrape or move the material over to the top of the clip. The idea being that whenever you push the clip in, I wanted to drag some of that material into the clip with it. Now, of course, I'm going across the top here, and on the sides, you kind of have free reign to do what you want, because the big pieces that cover this area, they're going to cover all that stuff. And what I did is I actually filled the groove or the gap between the gasket and the painted area as best I could. As seen here, I just kind of pumped it up. And down in the corner where, you know, the corner meets the deck filler panel and the sail panel, it took a good bit of material to pump this in and just kind of fill that in completely. So just keep that in mind. You want to make sure this is as full as you can get it, in my opinion. All right. Okay, I gotta stop. That's looking really good. Really good. Now, the next thing that I want to put on is the lower trim piece. It's going to go off the, you know, across the bottom there. That shouldn't be too difficult. It's only got, you know, so much length to it. So I don't know that it could even, let's say, go on wrong. You know, if you look at it, I guess I could kind of calculate. If I push it all the way against that side over there, it's got about an inch. So I could come back somewhere in the ½ inch range. There's one side. Just pushed it in. Just pushed it in. Let me just see how much. Yeah. So about a ½ inch of space on the edges. I probably should have done it that way. However, since I don't have help, I want to get it in position and just walk it across. So see where we're at. Make sure I'm under the clip. Moving forward. That one. Can't see it. There it is. It's in. Lower trim is in. Okay, so the holes are drilled, ready to go. You know, the two bottom ones on either side. So those are good. I've already, you know, test fitted both pieces, the side pieces, put screws in them. They're fine. And I have some help. Hey, Hindsight 6'7". He's over there.
Okay.
So we're going to see if we can't get this in place. Lock these two together. They just come in. Are you snug against the side, or is there some play?
That's fine. Some play.
Okay. So now the bottom you could probably let go with that hand if you want. and just come up here and help push this up and on. We'll see if we can get it to go. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on. Feels like it's kind of okay. Got that one. Got that one.
This tail of this piece is scaring me. So.
Okay. That's in. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that with just one of me.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, you saw how that went. Gonna run some screws in, and as I mentioned before, you can take, an awl or scribe, locate your hole. Hopefully, I hit this one where I think it is. This one felt kind of odd up here in the corner. There it goes. And I'm not over torquing these, I'm just getting them in place. So I'm just going to put one down here in the corner to hold this one in place. And I'll come back and put one here on the other side later. But now I can put them on the other side. Oh, that's not it. And even though they have a standoff, don't over torque these. You can definitely, I can see it just in tightening this, I get a flex down here at the bottom. So just be mindful of that. People want to tighten a screw and make sure it's not going to come loose, but this is cosmetic. Or as Andrew would say on Grease Rookie, cosmetical.
Nice.
All right, went together nicely. I did some prep work here when I was doing the body work on a car to make sure these pieces would fit, and everything turned out really nice. Very happy with it. There's one little dent right there that I'm just going to have to ignore, but otherwise, when you're doing this, take your time, have some help if you can, and you can do it too. That'll be it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're interested in seeing a longer version of this video, go to Patreon, sign up there, and there's more videos with more detail on my Patreon page, but that's going to be it. So until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.